Imagine being in the woods alone in the pitch darkness of night, with nobody and no escape within miles of you. And as a branch snaps,
Music
you look
bed.
behind, and 8 feet above you, staring into your soul with his glowing eyes and unhuman-like strength, stands the horrifying cryptic creature, the Goatman.
In May of 1971, University of Maryland student George Lizama completed a undergraduate folklore project on the Goatman that was later added to the Maryland Folklore Archives. In Lizama's paper, the Goatman was said to be located on Tucker Road in Clinton, Maryland.
Music bed.
Later in that same year, the reporter Karen Hostler discovered that Lizama's project in the Maryland Folklore Archives. And then she reported it onto Prince George County News in October 1971. This time placing the Goatman near Fletchertown Road in Bowie, Maryland. Additionally, this report covered the theory that the Goatman's origin was traced back to the Bedsfield Agriculture Research Center.
So like I don't get how she completed a project. And that's like how it became like the basics of it.
Yeah, I
Like
really
you see
didn't.
that?
Yeah, I didn't know that it started in Maryland to begin with.
Yeah. Like nothing happens in Maryland. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, I feel like that's one of the only like things that happens in Maryland. you know?
Yeah. Like I just feel like that origin's so weird. Like it feels like there's nothing behind it.
Yeah, it's just folklore project. But then apparently she discovered the project in the archives and then she reported it to the news, and I think that's how it got kind of spread out.
Oh, it
Cause
was like an old thing, but she recognized it and like spread the word.
yeah, it was like some student George Lizama. He It was just a project, and then she found it and then posted on the news for George County. I think that's pretty. I don't know. That's just like imagine being like a college kid, and this little story you made of this fictional
Yeah.
character just blows up, and now everybody knows about it.
It's like yeah, I can't like do you just keep it going though?
I guess
Like
so.
you don't tell people that's fake?
I guess
I mean,
so.
if it could be real though, we don't know.
Maybe. And because like the theory is like the theory that the Goatman's origin was traced back to the educational or agricultural reserve, like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, like the news covered that theory that it would be traced to that research center.
Yeah. While Goatman stories originated in the early 1970s, some of its legends are set in the late 1930s within Prince George's County, following the disappearance and/or deaths of multiple dogs, which were later attributed to the creature. However, given the condition of the remains, the death may more likely have been the result of passing trains. Despite evidence to the contrary, stories of Goatman's existence continue to circulate, especially among local students. And go by graffiti reading, Goatman was here were not uncommon, and law enforcement would habitually receive calls of reported sightings, albeit with a number being pranks.
I think it was weird that they thought like they blamed it all on the Goatman that killed the
Yeah,
dogs or like the disappearances of the dogs.
yeah, like
And But they said it was by train tracks, and I don't know if it's because like they thought the like
the claw marks.
the claw marks could have been like the train wheels or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get like why the Goatman. It could be any other animal, and they're in the woods too.
Yeah,
Like,
like it could have also
so
been like
why?
an animal.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't you think like the train track marks on the dog? That would be easy to find out. Like those are train track marks. They're straight. They're man made out of steel. But like if they're questioning if they were claw marks, then I feel like you shouldn't like. They have to be some animal, whether it's the goat man or
Yeah,
not.
it did like they could have also like it could have just been a wild animal like a bobcat or something. Where they at Maryland?
Yeah,
I don't know like what kind of animals are in
yeah.
Maryland, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know. Like, I only know Maryland has Baltimore, I think.
Yeah, yeah. The Goatman was said to be like a half man, half goat. It would like the upper body would be a man covered in fur and like these devilish horns on the top of his head, but then the lower would just be like goat, and it would have their hooves. And it had like the similar appearance of a mythical fawn, which is basically just like a half man, half goat with like devil horns. So I think that's where most of the pictures you see online come from. It's just like, I think probably just the fawn, the mythical creature, but just because of the name Goatman, I think that's why.
So in Denton County, Texas, there's this bridge, this metal bridge called the Old Alton Bridge. And the story behind it is apparently a successful farmer in 1938. He was murdered at the bridge. And like he's a goat farmer, keep that in mind. Like the weird thing is, instead of being like a ghost or anything haunting the bridge, like they say he's a demon, like he's a goat demon basically. And he like haunts that bridge. Also, like if you knock it 3 times, he'll appear. I don't really like. That's like too. I don't know. That does not sound real though. You know what I mean?
So it was like, wasn't he like a African American that was like
Yeah.
murdered by like Klansmen of like
Yeah, he was.
the Cool Kids Club? You guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, not very good team. And they say like he'll throw like rocks at you and like stuff if
He
you
throw.
like. He'll start hurling crap at you.
That's it.
I don't know.
I
Like
thought he
that's
would
what
like kill you. What is that? That's such a bad story. If you knock 3 times, he'll throw rocks at you.
I don't know. Like that's what they didn't say like if you knock 3 times, but like it says if you cross it at night without like headlights, the Klansmen. That's what the Klansmen did. That's why if you cross it without like lights, I
Yeah,
was like yeah, he'll throw rocks at you and being touched and grabbed and scratched because he thinks you're a Klansman.
they had to be high making that story, bro. There's no way. There's so many mixed details on that. Like,
Yeah.
that does not make sense.
They say like
It's
ghostly.
so
They say ghostly figures and like strange lights are said to like appear around those surrounding woods, which could be yeah, like
they need to burn that bridge.
yeah.
It's like they need to take down that bridge, bro. If that's real, that
Yeah.
is so weird. Like, so apparently in 1957, some people have said that they've seen the Goatman itself. In 1962, it was reported that the Goatman killed 14 hikers, and so far, the Goatman is believed to be responsible for the death of 15 people in total. And there actually are survivors, like from the scenes, who hiked with those hikers, and they survived. They got away from the Goatman, and they say that the Goatman hacks its victims to pieces with an axe while making weird sounds. And when authorities came to the scene, all they could find are the lifeless bodies of the hikers without their heads, decapitated.
So you said the survivors said they chopped them like they're decapitated
With
them
an axe.
with an
Yes, with an
axe.
axe.
Like how do they know it's just not some like cultist and not Goatman?
Oh, like that. It could just be a homeless person, to be honest.
Could be.
Like killing them while making weird noises. He could have been on
That could have
meth, fan, anything. Like
yeah.
I could see that happening. And they live in the woods too, like under bridges.
Yeah.
We might have just solved that actually. Hold up. We might have just solved that.
Yeah.
Like,
But like it's
you
like
know
all,
when they
it's all like water
Yeah.
under the bridge. Under the old Alton Bridge, it's just water.
no, but there's a little like patch of land.
Yeah.
Like they could be like I don't mean this in an insulting way, but you know the homeless
Yeah,
people with
yeah.
like the long gray hair and beards.
Yeah.
You don't think it could just be someone there doing drugs and killing people with an axe?
It really could be.
Like we may have to do an investigation because that's actually what that could be.
Yeah.
It's so like that makes so much sense now.
So it seems Goatman has had a pretty big influence on pop culture. They have a lot of movies and they have video games about this, about Goatman. Essentially, there's movies called American Graffiti. He was mentioned in it. And the 1973 film by George Lucas, Bye Bye Man, was a 2016 horror film, and it featured a creature inspired by Goatman. And there was a Goatman was a low-budget horror film about Goatman's vengeful spirit. There was also some X-Files episodes that featured a Goatman-inspired monster. There was also some Supernatural episodes that also showed Goatman-inspired monsters. There was also books, Monsters of Maryland. It includes The Goatman, a 2015 book. And there's a video game called Do You Copy? And the entire main premise of it is just you being a lookout guard at like a national park, and the Goatman winds up being there.
Bro, you know those like movies had to be bad.
But like
they
could like include some like decently cool topics in them, like
yeah.
It just like it could be like a decent movie, except for like the last one because it literally says low budget film.
Yeah, but I feel like with every time there's a good story like that, like the movie ruins it. Like there's this one movie, not Cocaine Bear, but I watched this one, Cocaine Shark. It was terrible, but it's a good idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's not. I feel like it's just like they did not make it the right way. They didn't make it how they're supposed to.
Well, American Graffiti was made by George Lucas, which is a pretty big name in the theater world.
Yeah, but he's like not Goatman's not the main one in that, is he though?
I don't. He was just mentioned in it.
Wow. I feel like it's just like we do. Why is like he even the pop culture? Like, why are we even promoting him so much? He literally kills people and stuff.
I don't know. He's also like in a lot of those like video essays like this one, and just yeah.
Yeah.
See, I personally don't believe he's real, because I don't think he was, or I don't think the spirit from the old Alton Bridge was real. I personally just don't think it could be a possibility.
Yeah.
It could, maybe, but I don't think it is. What are your thoughts?
I used to believe in it until I actually read about it. Because I watched it on BuzzFeed Unsolved, but now like reading about that just sounds like so stupid.
Yeah.
I don't think it's real, but I think I might have actually solved it with that homeless person theory.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, that makes so much sense too.
Yeah. Or it could just be like I don't know. It said it was a bunch of hikers.
Yeah, like 15 hikers.
How old were they?
They had to be like at least 20 to 30, 30s, something like that.
It could have been a bunch of kids that were just high and they ran into like a bear or something, because they were literally hiking.
A bear?
It could have been
like,
a bear.
The bear decapitating all of their heads though?
But like they could have been high or on something, you know what I mean?
A homeless person could have been high on something more effective.
Okay.
Something more effective, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's over 10 minutes. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.
Yep.
And happy Valentine's Day.